Yeah. What? You ready to talk, yeah?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's go. So obviously today I'm here with my co-host Abdi San.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good, yeah?
I'm great today.
Great today, yeah.
I had a good breakfast.
You had a good breakfast.
Yeah.
Slept well.
Yeah. I slept well. I had a good breakfast. I took Izzy in it tomorrow. I got a little local spot. Yeah, I got a little.
It was a good munch, though.
Good food, yeah.
Very good, yeah. Filling.
Yeah.
So obviously we got Izzy today, who you guys will recognise from his Untold Truth episode. The first guest to be called back. Izzy, what you saying? You good, yeah?
Bless, bro. Thank you for having me again.
Of course.
Appreciate
Anytime. So what's everyone saying though? Everyone good? Everyone living, breathing?
Yeah, man.
Everything's
Everything's going all right. Yeah.
Good.
Apart from the weather, but we got this
The
problem
weather this
every
week,
week. Every week, it's a problem. It's a problem.
Bro,
It's just England,
we're
isn't it?
almost in July, you know. Deep it.
Deep.
You man haven't deeped it. We're in July, bro. July. Think of July. Like, close your eyes, and if I said to you July, what would you think?
It's all sunny, hot,
Sunny.
Blue
barbecues.
skies, yeah. And then look outside and tell me if that's what you
pure
thought. Yeah,
legs.
it's mad.
It's sad, you know. It's sad, man.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
London,
we're here.
bro, innit?
We're indoors.
We're living, we're breathing, we're good,
living,
we're good,
breathing,
we're healthy.
We're good, man. We're good. Yeah, so today we're going to touch on a few topics, but I don't want to prescribe it before we just, crack into it. So we're going to talk about, like, starting a project. So I think a lot of people, genuinely speaking, get worried about starting things. Like, I'm of the opinion, I think you guys might be the same, just that. Try a thing. That's what I'm doing with this podcast now. Anyone listening, kind of wherever you've joined us on this journey, I kind of just tried a thing and, whatever, 43 episodes left later, we're still here.
It's been 43 episodes.
Yeah, man.
That's sick. You lot have done well.
Yeah, we've done all right, man. We've done well. So I'm just going to touch a little bit on, like, why I started the podcast. A few people might know already, but, like, why I started the podcast, the kind of thoughts that I had when I was starting the podcast and like why I'm still doing it now. So obviously, for those of you who don't know, I kind of started the podcast idea in like September, October, November of 2019. So I just moved to Washington, DC after uni. I was going out a lot on the weekend, doing a mad thing. And I was kind of like, I need to... I just kind of laughing.
God.
Sorry. Yeah, so I was going out a lot and stuff, and I was like, I kind of need to spend my time doing something.
Yes, try something.
So I was just like, I spoke to Con, and I was like, we know quite a lot of people like in football and stuff, and like with interesting careers. Why don't I start a podcast? He was like, yeah, cool. Reached out to a few people, Burgess, my boy Christian Burgess, Mason, Abs, my brother, a few people, and just said, look, I'm looking to start this thing. Would you let me interview you? They all said, yeah, luckily enough. I come back to London at Christmas, and that's how the podcast was kind of born. But moreover, I had a few thoughts. I was just like, I've never done this before. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't even know what kind of equipment you need. I've done a quick Google.
Yeah, you gotta...
but I didn't really know what equipment we needed and stuff. But I wasn't really worried about what people thought. I thought I'd be good at it. And I thought, okay, I watch a lot of podcasts anyway on YouTube or listen to them. And so I thought, okay, I kind of know what I need to do. Yeah. So I just started it. But I was a little bit apprehensive in that people might think I'm jumping on the bandwagon, innit?
Yeah.
Like, podcasts are quite trendy at the moment. So I did kind of think, are people going to think I'm just jumping on the bandwagon? Are they going to think I'm a shit interviewer? Obviously, we've got a much better setup now than when we first did. When I first started, it was like a microphone in the middle of the table. You remember? Microphone in the middle of the table and we're sitting shoulder to shoulder, speaking into the microphone.
That's tight.
Growth.
But you've come a long way. So obviously, Izzy, you've kind of started a podcast now as well.
Yeah.
Did you have any like similar thoughts about what people would think and stuff?
Literally what you said. Like I was thinking, podcasts have been not played out, but it's been done so many times. What are we gonna say that's different? That's people ain't already heard. And then so for me, how it started, like the three boys that I'm with, it was their idea, innit? So they've come to me. We've linked up one day, and we're all friends anyway. Like way from a long time. So us meeting up and talking. That's natural. The chemistry and all that was already there. But they thought, like you were saying, let's just record it and see what happens, innit? And then I was like, I'll be honest, I wasn't 100% on it, but they convinced me. I thought, you know what? And then there was a thing of, in my head, I've always tried to say, you know what? Life's about experiences. So you don't know what you're going to like and what you're going to dislike until you try it. So I told them, listen, I'll do it a couple of episodes. Like I told them I'm not committing to anything like long term, but I'll do a few and see the vibe. If I enjoy it, I'll carry on. If I don't, I'll let you lot know, innit? And they were, to be fair, they were the same. They were like, yeah, let's just do it. And they were like, even if we record it and never put it out, we can just say we did it. That was our thing. It was never to like make money. It was never to grow like a business. Like it was just for us to look back in history one day and say, that's what we did. You know what I'm saying? And so we did it, and then we enjoyed it. We all enjoyed it, bro. And then it just carried on from there. But I told them from first, I said, if it's about football or anything like that, as much as I love football, it's like, bro, we do that every day, that conversation. I don't want to go and then record it. Like, it won't, I'll feel like I'm being not fake, but just repetitive. Yeah. So I told him, like, if it's about topics that the general everyday person can kind of listen to and get involved, then that's something that I enjoy anyway. Do you get it? So I thought.
And how you finding? Obviously, you're not used to being like in front of the camera and stuff like that. But how you finding it, or how was your first episode compared to your second and third? Did you feel there was a difference in the way you act? Because when you start watching it back yourself, you start to think, I don't know, you might be twitching or you might be doing something. Or the way you speak might change without you knowing when you watch it back. Is there things that have changed from the first episode to your latest one?
So the first ever episode we never even released.
Okay,
that's something we did. We just did it as a tester. So we still got that. When we look at that compared to even the first episode we released, it was mad different. For the better. The first one, was people twitching, like playing, you don't know where to put your hands. You're conscious about the camera. You don't know if you should look at it, look away, all those things. And then, but the moment we press record on the actual official first episode, it just clicked into place, bro. Like, not to say that we hit the ground running, but it felt natural.
It feels more smooth.
Obviously, I'm sure if we look back now, there's gonna be things that we did wrong. Like some of the feedback, I think you even gave it to me. Some of the feedback you were like, which will come in time, but because we're all man, we're speaking how we speak, like if it was in a normal setting. So you'll say something where I'm so gassed, I'll speak over you. He jumps in, and the next thing you know, everyone's shouting. We don't know what's going on. But in the real world, that's normal. But on the podcast, we have to realize now you can't do that. There's got to be structure. Let a man land, let him finish, say his point, and then jump in. We're not perfect. We still make them mistakes, but
and the podcast is called Figuring It Out.
Figuring It Out.
Shout out Figuring It Out. I'm a big fan. I watch all of them.
For that, bro.
The Wallahi can. You don't know about the Wallahi can.
Them man are going strong with that one.
That one is banter, bro. I like it. It's a good one though. Still,
it was a little. You're
listening to it, and
then
you hear
ding. You see with that? That was never an idea. That's just how them man speaking it.
Yeah.
So when we was watching it back, like to edit it was like, I can't remember who noticed it. It was either me or my other boy, and was like, bro, you've said wallahi quite a lot. We didn't know how many times. And we said, for balance, let's just count it. Bro, we counted. I think it was like 63 or like the first one.
Yeah, 63, that's mad, bro. It's funny,
we said, no, you know what? We have to do a count for this. Like, it has to be our thing. And then since then, it's just been a theme that everyone loved that. That's one of the first feedback we got, compliments and that. So like, we like that. That's
it's different,
No, 100%. So like, obviously, you've got like quite a few things that you've been involved with, like project-wise, that you've either kind of joined or started. So like, I remember when we had your interview, you talked about like love the ball. So like, what made you? So like, for example, that because you've never really coached before, never really started your own team. What made you want to do that?
So for me, just in general, like I like to take a risk, and I'm a risk taker. But the one thing I haven't actually done is something of my own, like as in like something that is mine. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's a fear of anything, but I feel like I'm the connector.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I feel like if someone's got something going on, I can be the person to try and help it move forward, because if it needs to move forward, more like than anything, you need to connect something else, another person. You need to get this person and get that person. Yeah. You need to kind of get people involved. And I feel like I'm that kind of person, and I don't mind joining up and taking a chance on something that I've got no idea about, So like the coaching thing, I was pro at the time, playing full time at the time, and my friend John Nurse, that a lot of people probably know that I've played the game. He was a lot older than me, He was coming to the end of his career, his footballing career, and we was both sitting in the physio room. I remember it, and he was injured at the time in the physio room, and so was I. My injury wasn't as bad. It was like I think I've done something silly or whatever, but we was in the physio room and just talking. And at that time, the club wasn't going through a good moment, and I think Nursey kind of knew, what, I've only got maybe 1, maybe 2 years, and I'm kind of on my last legs. This could be the end of me, because the injuries that he was getting, he was never injury prone before. All of a sudden, he's picking up these injuries, so he started to realize, it's probably my body telling me like it might be time. So we were just having a chat, and we just started talking about like coaching. He was like, I would do things. He was just saying like how he would do things different to the staff that were there, and you know how he would try and implement blah blah blah. And then we were just talking about it literally, and then we the first thing we thought we was talking about was, what would you call it though? Like before anything else. And we was just talking about like why we play football. And the first thing I said was, I just love the game. And anyone that you know now, and even like Marvin, like one of my close friends now, he just says, he's like, I've never seen anything like it. Like you actually love, it's different. Your love for football is different. Football, and I think a lot of people say they love football, but I think my love's a little bit different, you know. Like, but I don't care. Yeah, it's deep. And Marv says it like yesterday we were driving. He's like, bro, he's like, you actually love. He's like, I love football, but you just love football. It's mad. And so I just said straight away, like, I just love playing football. Like, I just enjoy playing football. That's it. I don't care where it is, wherever there's football, I want to play. So we started coming up with, you know, love the ball, this come out with a love heart, all of this stuff, and then we just stuck to it. We called it Love the Ball and started. And it was a great journey. I can't lie. It was. I enjoyed every minute of it. It was a lot of traveling for me, having to go up there. I remember our first session that we started. So what we said is, when we looked into it, we both wanted to coach men's teams. We want to do tactical and things like. We didn't really want to do like. I just never was interested in like doing kiddie games, and that's like babysitting, isn't it? Yeah. But at anything, you've got to start at step one. So we knew that straight away. We were both level-headed. Obviously, he was a little bit older than me, and he said, look, we got to start at step one. So I said, like, what's step one? And he's like, we got to do the kids, innit? Because that's where you learn the fundamentals of anything, whatever you're doing. Yeah. If you're going into building and stuff like that, you got to start with sweeping the floors and, you know, ripping the floors out and like all of that.
The bits of wood and carrying all that
like
stuff.
That's the base. That's the fundamental. Once you learn that, you can move to more the skilled stuff. And it was like that. So he was like, we got to start at the bottom, and we got to teach the kids that don't know how to kick a ball how to kick it. And I'm like, bro, what? This is mad. So he was like, whatever. We set up like, you know, flyers, talked to a few people, set up these little things, and we put ideas together. And it was like our big day for this. Like, we was gonna do a soccer school camp,
like a launch day or something.
Yeah, like a launch day, but it was gonna be like our first soccer school.
Yeah,
bro, it was a madness.
In a good or bad way?
In the worst way possible.
Shambolic.
Bro, everything was set up. We had these little mini goals. The pitch was set out. We had everything was laid out. So if they turned up, they're at pro club. Yeah. The kids would feel they're at pro clubs. Yeah. It was pissing down.
I thought he was gonna say no one turned up.
No. 3 kids turned up in the rain.
Yeah.
In our first session.
That's a tough one.
How many signed up?
More than 3.
Way more than 3.
Yeah, we thought we'd get like 14.
But obviously the rain played a factor.
Yeah,
you don't know.
But the parents.
But the thing is, it was mad though, because me and Nasi are there, ready, prepped for this day. 3 kids turned up.
I know. That's.
You know, like we looked at each other and thought,
no,
this is it. It's the end.
Yeah.
This is the end of the beginning. Yeah, like that's how it works,
First
isn't
day,
it?
last day.
Yeah, like this is. I can't. What am I supposed to do with 3 kids in the in the rain as well? I said, you know what? The thing we could have done is the easiest thing would have been to scrap it and say to the parents, "Oh, look, it's raining."
Yeah.
See, at that point, did you invest?
Yeah,
was you willing to cut your losses and think, you know what?
No, it was nothing. The investment was nothing crazy. It wasn't nothing like that. It's gonna hurt your pocket. It weren't nothing crazy. That wasn't the thing. The money was never the issue. The fact is, we were trying to give so much, and how are we gonna give things to 3 kids?
I think it's the thing as well is that you wanted to coach men, then you were like, right, we have to start at ground zero, and then 3 kids turned up at ground zero. So you're thinking, what?
The gap is mad. Where our mind is and where, and we could have, like I said, scrapped it.
Yeah,
but we was like, nah.
Do it.
We had the session with the kids. We both joined in the session, made it fun for the kids. The kids loved it. Ended up being like a fun session. It was great. Parents went off and was like, the kids love it. When's the next one? Then we do the next one. And it's like, before you know it, it's like word of mouth, isn't it? Another kid tells another kid. And then next the numbers are growing. Yeah, exactly. And then we're doing these little sessions at goals near where he is. And it just grows, you know. We're getting kids, the soccer school's growing. We're getting numbers through. Then we get a contract with a school, nursery sorts out, you know, we managed to get into a school, and the school, like, we go in to do like one session on a Wednesday.
Like after school club?
No. During the school.
Oh, okay.
So we come in to do this one session during the school, and this is, you got to remember, we're playing full time at this minute. So everything's happening. We're playing full time. And when you play full time, our day at where we was at Wednesday. The time was a Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? So that was the day that we kind of dedicated to, we're not going to rest. We're going to drive this on, because you can't do nothing on Saturday and Sunday with the kids and things. So we done it, and we went into a school. We done like a I think, what do you call it? A taster session. You know, and the kids loved it. They loved it. They was like, before you know it, Nursey's sitting down with the head teacher, and they're like, all right, cool. From now on, we're basically going to replace our PE lessons with love the ball sessions. So basically, you'll come in from 8 in the morning and be there till 4. But what we'll do is we'll give you a class every single 45 minutes. So class comes. So we're based outside the whole time. Class comes out. Boom, do a session with them. They go back in next class. We're covering the whole school. And it was mad. It was crazy, but because you're dealing with like real little kids. You know what I mean? But they had a nice facility. They had a nice field. They had like a playground. It was nice. We had all the equipment, everything that we needed. So it was good. It was a good journey. We grew it, and it still runs till now. I've pulled away with it because I wanted to go in a different direction to Nursey in terms of, I helped him kind of grow it, get it to a certain stage. And I said to him, look, I can't keep traveling all of that way. I need to make moves and go in my direction. I want to move on to adult football. Do you know what I mean? Whereas he'd already at that time stopped playing football, moved into adult football near his area. So for me, I couldn't put two together. I couldn't do what I wanted to do and travel down for the distance. So he understood. And till this day, like, we're still good friends. We still talk and everything. There's no hard feelings. There's no nothing. He understands everyone's got their own journey. I'm in a different stage of my life than he is. And anytime he needs any help or nothing, he knows, like, I'm there for him. Do you know what I mean? We started this journey together. And I think there's been a few times where he's been offered to kind of people to buy it off him or to take over from him. And sometimes he gets to a point where, like, can't keep doing this, and I'm like, no, bro, this is, we started this from that. You can't, and I'm always like, bro, I've got nothing to do with it, but you can't throw this away. We started this for a reason. You can't stop now, and it's growing, it's growing, it's going well, it's going smooth. Big up Love the Ball, big up Mercy. But just a question I had for you. So obviously, as a professional footballer, you full time going away and doing this. What's the perception in the changing room, like, from the other boys? Oh, no,
they,
no,
like, supportive. No.
Like, a few of them found out, obviously. Like, they see, you know, they stay. Obviously, me and Nursey are in the changing room, and we're talking about it in the morning and after. And then boys are asking questions like, "Oh, we're starting this little soccer school, blah blah blah, whatever." And they're just asking questions, and you know what? They were quite supportive of it. You know, that a few of them came down on our launch day when we had like another launch day in the summer, which was like our proper day. We had a little tournament. A few of the boys came down and more than supportive, which was good. So no one's really.
But you didn't actively tell anyone. Is there a reason why you didn't actively tell people?
No, it wasn't that there was a reason behind it. It was like, we're just doing something, innit? Like,
did the gaffer know?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Because I just feel the reason I'm like probing this so much is I just feel like professional footballers are known for playing professional football.
Yeah.
And you do anything, if you do anything outside, we've talked about this many times. If you do anything outside, it's kind of seen as a bit taboo. It's taken away from your performance on a Saturday.
Your focus is elsewhere.
Yeah. Exactly. What I would say is we wasn't at the highest level. I think we was at League 2 maybe at the time, or on the Conference Prem or wherever it was. We was full time, but it wasn't at the highest level. So you was kind of, I think, at that. The stage that we were in was we was okay to do other things. It was okay to do other things. It wasn't really like, if you're at a top club now in the Premier League or in the Championship, I don't think there's a problem. Right. Somehow, I think anyway.
Yeah. So just on the point as well that you said kind of at the beginning about you being like a facilitator and connector.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like not that you're not able to, or that you feel that you don't maybe want to, I don't know, but why you play that role and don't want to start something as, this is my thing?
So with me, I like to do different things. Right, okay. My mind is open in it. If you told me, we're gonna go here, we're gonna try this thing, and I'll be on it. I'll be like, yeah, cool, no problem. Like, what do you need from me? Let's go, let's try it. If I put something that's like solely mine, I think I'm stuck. I don't like being stuck. Right, Does that make sense?
When you say stuck, what do you mean?
So let's say I was to start my own soccer school, for instance. I started a coaching company or whatever. I would be stuck there. Right. If you say to me, come over, sorry, can't help you. Does that make sense? Because this is my baby, innit? And I feel like if I start something, I need to be there. I'll be obsessed. I'm that kind of person. Yeah. And even when I'm helping people, and like, you know, I've been doing this podcast with you, I'm kind of obsessed with it. I think about it all the time. Even though it's not like mine personally, I'm still, if I'm there, if I tell you, if you've got my word, I'm there with you. Do you know what I mean? Throughout the whole journey, like, I'll do whatever it's required. I'll treat it like it's mine. But I feel like if it's something that's completely mine, my energy has to be here. I can't go elsewhere.
Right, okay.
It wouldn't be right for me to go elsewhere.
So
And
you just feel like you haven't got to a point in your life where you can dedicate everything to one thing.
Yeah.
Is that what you feel?
Yeah, I think
right.
I know I can, but I don't want to yet because I feel like I know so many different types of people and so many different kind of group of friends that I've got. I can be part of that. I can be part of this.
Right.
They're gonna come do this, come do that, help me out here. Let's do that, and then it opens my mind. And then I can decide from there to put all these experiences, as to say, and put it into whatever I'm gonna do and put everything together, rather than early doors lock myself down. Now I'm stuck. I can't do nothing else. I can't move. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm stuck. It's not so much of I don't want to take a gamble because I think whatever I do go in, I'll be successful in it. I truly believe that just because, not because of me, but the people that I've got around me. I think I've got a lot of supportive people, a lot of people that will help me and give me their pointers and stuff like that. So that's why I would rather at this stage, a bit of this, do a bit of that, help this guy out, speak to this person, talk to different people. And as you would know, and as you would know, I know different types of people that you would never, you'd think, how do you know this person? Or why do you know this person? Or why, like, what? You didn't tell me you know him, but it's just one of them things. I think like I'm so open-minded that it's fine.
So how do you deal with like other people's opinions? Because you know so many people, been in the public eye, like not on a massive stage. You've always been in the public eye as a professional footballer and whatever. You're quite an open guy like on social media. Just, you know, you're about you just do your thing. So how do you deal with people like opinion on you? Because like you say, you do a little bit of this and this over here and this over here. So how do you deal with people if you go over here? What's this man that I go over there with gonna think? Or what's this man? How do you deal with that?
So with me, I'm quite content with like where I am in life, and I think I've been like that for the last, I would say, 5 years where I know who I am. Right. So I'm good with that. I know where I am. So your opinion, it's not gonna hurt me. You can't hurt me. I'll take it in. I'll think about it in my own time, but you can't unsettle where I'm at now. Right. Maybe 5-6 years ago when I was a little bit younger and I was, you know, you're doing different things. I might think, oh yeah, I can't do this because he might think that. But you learn as you go along and you become more established and more comfortable in your own self. Damn right. No one can really tell you, like, everyone has got opinions.
Thanks.
You know, I'm sitting on the table here, we might be like-minded, but I can guarantee you've got a different opinion of me, you've got a different opinion. It's just how it is. And I can't be unsettled by that. It's just life.
And your opinion of yourself will be different to both of us.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't take everyone's opinion on board, and football teaches you that. And why it teaches you that is when you play in the team, there's a group of 20 people. When you have the ball, you see there's like 10 other players on the pitch or 9 other players, whatever you want to call it. When you have the ball, everyone else wants the ball. But no one is giving you the only person that can make the right choice is you, because you have the football.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So football has taught me
and whatever you do with the ball after that, you got about 4 men that will say, oh, why'd you do that? And 4 men that agreed with it. Yeah. You're not going to please everyone anyway.
You're not going to please anyone.
You might as well please yourself first. And then roll with it.
And this is football.
You can play the right pass, they can score. Next man will say, oh, you should have gave it to man. Why'd you give it there? Bro, we just scored, bro. So it was the right thing to do, but it wasn't the right for him.
Exactly.
So you can't please everyone, bro. That's life, though.
Yeah, that's what football has. That's why I'm so obsessed with football, because it teaches you so many things that you can put into your life. And that's one of the first things that has taught me that.
Even like decision making.
Yeah, everyone has an opinion. How can we all be wearing the same kit and all have different opinions? We train together every day.
You get the same message. Same team talk,
the same tactics. We go on the pitch, we all got different opinions. Should have done this, could have done that.
That's life. That's life.
But that's just life. That's just the fundamentals of life. Everyone's gonna have an opinion. You got to decide what you want to do. 100%. And for me, the best thing for me is obviously I have my career that I do during the day, and I'm happy with that. But then outside of it, I will try and do this, do that, go here, go that. I'm quite a calm person, but even he says, bro, you're doing bare stuff. He's like, do you ever sleep? He's like, I'll message you at 3 a.m. He's like, I message you at 3 a.m. You reply. I message you at 9 a.m. You reply. 10 p.m. You reply.
He's a mad guy.
So
see me, I need 8 hours minimum. This guy, I think he gets about 2 hours.
No, because
he's good. He's functioning.
Earlier this week, I was up. I was up late. I was up at I don't know, 10 to 5 or something like that. I slept and woke up early. So I messaged him about I don't know why I was thinking about the pub. So I messaged him. I was like, yo, let's talk about this weekend.
Sorry, I'm messaging at this time. I don't know why.
Then an hour later, obviously I go back to sleep. An hour later, he's responded. I was like, how is this guy awake? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I want to do what? I want to set my alarm once in the morning. Text him and say, yo, if he replies, I'm going back to bed.
I'll probably message you before. You'll have a message from me saying, oh, is what you saying?
I'll go straight back
you see
bed.
With me, sleep. I love sleep. I can't lie. I love my sleep, and I'm one of them people I can sleep
But you can
anywhere.
function without it.
I can function perfectly
See, I
fine
can't
without
function.
sleep.
I'm mash up. If I
Yeah,
don't
same.
get at least 6 hours, at least I'm finished.
Exactly the
Long
same as
day.
me, bro.
See these man here? Weak.
Nah.
Weak.
No, I'll power through, but I won't be at my 100%.
I won't enjoy the day.
Yeah,
You would never know that I
The
haven't
only
slept.
time, like I was saying that to him, I think even today, I said the only time I can run that is on holidays.
Yeah.
Holidays, 1 hour sleep, no sleep.
yeah.
Because you know I've got 4 days, 5 days,
and
6
make
days.
the most of it.
Make them count.
You see
In
with me
London,
as well.
bro, I'm living here, innit? I've got no reason to wake up early if I ain't got...
I think I've said this before. You see with me, yeah, with sleep as well, you got to understand how your body works. People don't understand how their body works.
Yeah, I know my body. 10 hours.
No.
10 hours, bro. I know
You see,
my
with
body.
me, I know that if I slept 2 hours, when I get up, I know what I need to do to make me feel like I've had 8 hours sleep.
Right, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And if I've had 8 hours sleep, I know, okay,
Yeah.
I don't need to do certain things. I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, so I know when I get up, I need to do certain
You know how
things.
to adjust.
Yeah, to adjust. That I know that I need to.
In terms of like diet, like you have a little sign and
Just whatever it may be, like
yeah.
whether I need to, I don't know, get up and have a coffee, or I might need, I don't know, a hot drink or a cold drink, or I might need a full breakfast, or I might need a smoothie,
Yeah,
or
just
whatever it
depending
is,
on how you feel
or
on the
I need to wake up 2 hours before where I need to get to, or 45 minutes before. I know how my body works.
Right.
Like, so I know that if I got to be somewhere at 12, I need to get up at this time, do this, do that, and then I'll be good to go for whatever I need to do. And I don't think some people understand that. I know it sounds mad. I don't think they think their body works the same way on a Monday morning than it does on Saturday morning.
Right,
No,
okay.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
It does. Your body doesn't work the same way. It's different. So you just got to understand. And I think like I understand it. That's why with sleep, I can go on. Like yesterday, I went to bed at what? I think I went to bed at like 3. So after we jumped off Call of Duty,
It was late, bro.
we jumped off Call of Duty. I stayed up for another like hour and a half to watch something. And then he was like, yeah, we'll go breakfast in the morning. Yeah, cool. I was like, yeah, cool, no problem. He's like, you're going to be up? I was like, he texted me and I was like, bro, I've already been in the shower. What are you talking about? He's like, oh, okay, all right, cool.
Bro, I was going to call in sick.
You was testing me.
I was testing him. If he never replied, I was gone.
Yeah.
I would have left it.
So I was up, yeah, man.
Yeah, but I just wanted to go back a little bit. We spoke about like decision making and stuff. Yeah. So obviously you made the decision to move to another country similar to me. Obviously you went to Saudi.
Yeah.
So when you're making that decision and like making that leap, it's similar to like starting a project again. Like back to the theme. Like what made you say, yeah, man, I'm just gonna do
It's
it.
a mad one because that when I first heard about it was 2010 summer.
Yeah.
Going into 2011, like that period,
Right.
my boy, he was already out there. I only knew one guy that was out there, like a good friend of mine, growing up from primary school.
Right.
He's gone out there. He comes back every summer holiday. You know how it is, come back, sees the family. And then obviously we link up. He's telling me all the good things about it. Then he's like, bro, come. I was like, at that time, I was just like, nah, Saudi's dead for me. I ain't got nothing there, Like, even though I heard lovely things about it, I just had this one-dimensional image of Saudi in my head, which is very strict.
Right.
Can't
Old
do nothing,
school.
old school. But anyway, I fast forward. So anyway, and then that time I can't even remember where I was working, but had like a normal job, nothing major, like a normal. I think no, I was working in the bank. I remember that's it. I was working in NatWest. Just a normal job, just going through life. Just I think, finished uni before that. Then he's come back now, 2012 summer, and he's caught me at the right time. Hated my job. I had a new job by then. I moved on to another job, some like office chain. It's a normal office job.
Yeah.
Hated it with a passion.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm someone that I can get on with things, even if I don't like it. If it's able to give me what I need to do, like I don't live to work. I work to live. So whatever job I've got, it's like right, 9 to 5 is cool. From 9 to 5, you've got me. After that, I don't take work home.
Yeah.
Don't call me if it's like if you need me, wait until 9 in the morning.
I'm that guy, yeah.
So, but he caught me. I hated that job. And then he's come back in the summer and he's like, bro, why don't you think about it? Consider it. Show me everything you need to do. You got to do this course called CELTA. Once you do that, you pass it. It's like a month course, blah, blah, blah. Show me. He's put it on the plate for me, bro. Like press triangle, the through ball's there.
Yeah.
So then where he's caught me in that period of my life, I just said, bro, if I'm going to do it, this is the time to do it. Right. And then another of my guys was with me. He's like, bro, he hated his job. And he's like, bro, let's just do it. It's like, worst case scenario, we hate it. Come on, we got a home to come to. Like we're fortunate enough to be in that position.
Facts.
So then we said, you know what? But I said to him, if we're doing it, we're going all in. Because you know, certain man, it sounds good on the moment. Yeah. The moment you start like reality hits, they think, oh wait, this is a bit long now. Like because it was intense, like a month every day, Monday to Friday. You got to do like class work, like you actually got to teach. Right. Then at the end of the week, you got to hand in coursework. So you got it's 4 weeks and there's 4 coursework.
So did you have to quit your job before this course?
Yeah, it's a full-time thing. So you can't. That's another part of the commitment. It was like if we're doing it, if I leave my job, as much as I hate it, it's putting food on the table. If I leave it,
we're doing this.
And if you quit, I'm doing it. Like, I'm telling you from now, it's not if you quit, I'll follow it. And then, but he was on the same page. Another of my boys, Fadl as well. So all three of us.
Shout out Fads, man.
Shout out Fads. All three of us said, yeah, let's do it. So I've left my job. I think them two must have done the same. We've left our job. We started the course now. We're in. I remember we're sitting there day one. They're talking, they're handing out the papers. They're telling about, obviously you got to learn vocab.
How many of you are there now?
So it's us three, the boys.
Yeah.
And then the class is about another 20, so I'll say about 23. It's a big class, but you get split up in groups. Okay. So the first day you come in, you got to do a test, to be accepted. Okay. It's a bit of a minor test, but anyway, we all got accepted. You come in, then reality starts hitting. It's all right. It's a group of 4 here, group of 4. They split you up because obviously you can't have 20-man teach in one class, so they do it in groups. So I've been putting them on dead group. I remember thinking, and I've looked, they're having a great time in that group. I'm looking at my group, they're dead, like no banter. And I'm just thinking, all right, mine, anyway, I'm not here for that. I'm just trying to get myself in the box. It'll be nice to have it, but anyway, we're not here for that.
I'm not here for that.
So anyway, we've come in
rattled.
First day, and then, so they'll say, like, for example, today you're part of the lesson here. So the kids have got, they're not even kids, they're like, between 18 and 26, let's say, they're all foreigners, as in foreign students. So they come from Italy, Spain, China. Like they were the main countries, and then those bits and bits from other places. So anyway, we've come in, and then my first lesson, they said to me, "All right, you're teaching vocab. Right. So you might have, for example, like Lexus. You might have another topic. Mine was vocab. Right. That was my worst one. I hated it as much. Us here because we're born here, and it's our first language and whatnot. You don't take for granted, like, you just know how things are meant to be, like, sentences, how they're meant to be structured. Yeah. If you told me to explain it, I can't tell you why. But
I know how to write it.
And I know how to write it.
And I know how to read it.
They want to know why.
Yeah.
So it's good, all good saying, this is how you say it. But why, teacher?
Yeah. That's the problem.
That's the problem, bro. So for me, I remember going home just thinking, I'm out of my depth here, bro. But I've committed. Yeah. And I'm one of them people, once I'm in, bro. Unless I fail it, that's the only way I'm not doing it, is if I fail. So I've gone home, bro, I'm hitting the books, revising. Like his brother's giving me a book because he's done it prior.
Yeah. My brother's already out there,
He's already out there at the time,
my brother's already out there. He's flying the flag.
He's flying the flag, So he's giving me the old book he used. I'm hitting the book, studying, bro. I felt like uni, but like intensified because it's actually something that I want to do now. I've paid for my own pocket for this. So, so I've done it. Fast forward now, bro. We've passed it, thank God, all three of us. Then my boy was already out there, already had the plug. He's like, all right, send me the email, send me the test certificate, like the pass certificate, all that. Then he sorted it out. And then, that was the decision, like in a nutshell, bro. Just literally caught me at the right time. I was fed up with what I was like, my not living arrangements, but my
just life at the time.
I was thinking, bro, is this what life is for me?
Yeah. How old was you at the time?
I was young. I was like 24, maybe 23, 24.
That's a good time to do something like that.
It was, bro. It was
like a great age.
Old enough to know what I'm doing. Obviously, I spoke to my parents. They were supportive. They were like, not sad, but they were like, my dad's, he's an old school man. So he's like, are you sure? Have you done it? Have you checked? Is it worth leaving everything you've got? And I showed them everything. I was like, listen, if I do it and I hate it, I'll come home. Like, the job I hated anyway, I'll get a new job. Like, getting a job in London is not in an arrogant way, but I've always, thank God, I've always been blessed to find a job. So man. So that was it, bro. I just thought I have to try something new, man.
So I think there's a few things to take away from that. The first is that like everyone has the autonomy to be able to change the reality. If you don't like something, you can change it. I think sometimes people feel like they're stuck doing what they can, but you can change it. But I just wanted to touch on as well. Is there anyone who was like, oh, why are you doing that? Or like, Saudi Arabia, like, I've heard that it's like X or it's like Y, like you said, like very traditional and old school.
You know what? Not so much about the country, but about, are you sure that's the right play? Are you sure that's the right move? What if it don't work? But my response to all of it was like, then it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like, how
are you gonna know?
Not even that. If it doesn't work, that's it. It doesn't work. Like, it's not a big deal. A lot of people don't want to fail. That the thought of failure scares them enough to not even do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bro, like it's not that deep, bro. Right. You fail it, cool. Bro, I'd rather fail a million things every time, but I've tried a million things. It don't matter if I failed, bro. I've tried a million things in my locker. Even if I failed all of them, bro, eventually you're gonna find that one thing that you're really good at, but you won't get there until you tried all the other stuff. So,
or even when you're doing all these different things and you're trying, you're adding to your experience.
Adding to
Life
your armor.
lessons.
You just added.
I've done that.
Yeah,
exactly.
trust me,
Yeah.
bro.
I remember when I went there, I failed. I tried that, but it will benefit me doing this. It will benefit me doing that. And that's what some people, like you said, some people are so scared they won't even do it.
Yeah.
Do you know how mad that is?
Yeah, that's mad. Yeah, it's a psychological.
All just to like.
boundary.
I think that's like it's psychological, right? Because I think the fear of failure is actually worse than failing.
100%.
So like people think failing is worse than it is. Like we've all failed in this room.
Oh,
Everybody
100%.
fails. Like people fail like weekly, monthly, like whatever. And then that big milestone, small things. People fail. People fail all the time.
Oh, you know what's crazy? I got a friend. He does boxing. Like nothing major, but he's been doing it for a few years. Yeah. He was telling me. I remember the first time he said he got into it. He goes, he was so shook to get punched in the face that he didn't even want. Like his brothers were boxers, you know them ones. So that's like a family thing. Yeah. But he was like, I just didn't want to get hit. I didn't want to get hit. He goes, I was so scared of it. I used to put it off. And then his olders were like, bro, just do it. Yeah. He goes, the moment I got punched once, he was like, is that it? And he goes, the fear left. And now he can fight anything, anyone. Like that fear of getting hit is what people are scared of. But he goes, once he tasted it, he goes, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that would have been his like failing point.
Yeah.
And now he's gone. He's
he didn't
like,
even want to
this is
do
what
it.
failure is.
He said, bro, just do it. Like, just try it. And then you realize it's not as bad as I thought it'd be. Like, we build things up in our own heads to make it like this massive obstacle that I can't overcome.
Have you, Izzy, or you, Dom, ever had something like that stop you from doing something? Just being totally honest.
I'll be honest with you, yes. And I don't even know if I'm afraid of heights.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one of my boys like, let's go skydiving. I said, no way, Jose, don't bail me.
That's a mad thing,
I'll hold your bags on the ground. You go do your thing. I'll take the photo, bro. When you're landing, I'm there.
Yeah.
But after, no way. But to be honest, what we're saying is, bro, you got to try things.
So would you
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Where I'm so shook.
All right, I'll put it out there now. I'm scared of heights as well. Yeah. But I'm willing to jump off a plane.
I don't think right now I'm not willing.
Bro, how does that make sense?
No, but right now I'm not willing to jump. No, but as in to overcome your fear.
Yeah, I'll do it. But I don't think it's going to help me overcome my fears. And I'll tell you why. So I'm scared of heights, innit? And I've been on...
So what about like roller, like just heights as in like roller coasters, all of that?
Roller coaster, yeah. So I think I was like 18 at the time, 18th birthday, 19th birthday. You know, you're young, all your friends are like, oh yeah, let's go Fort Park. Fort Park. I said, you know what?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go. But I am scared of heights. Like when I get on a plane, it's fine though. It's calm. There's no pressure. I can look down at all of that. There's no pressure. So I thought, you know what? Yeah, let's go, man. So I was like, the first one is, you know, that it's like the long one that just goes side to side, but it just keeps going up. Yeah. And I thought, bro, I'm gonna overcome it. And I'm one of them people. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I thought, that's it. I'm not going on one ride. I'm gonna go on all of them, even if I'm scared of all of them. Yeah, I'm going on all of them. First one, bang, I'm in. Bro, I'm numb. The thing moves. I've frozen.
Yeah, reality's hit.
No, I'm frozen on the ride. No, you're not understanding what I'm saying to you.
Stiff.
Stiff?
Yeah.
I'm so relaxed. I can't move.
Like that. Like, what's going on in your head?
Nothing. I've numbed out.
You just can't believe it. Like you're in shock. Your body's in such shock.
I am gone. I'm like...
Is it fear?
I don't know, bro. Listen, you know, I think I've gone past the stage of being so scared. I froze. I wasn't tense. I was holding the thing light as well. Like when I was first holding it, I was like that tense. Mad. I remember it. Yeah. And then the thing started moving, and bro, I was just like that. And I just remember just sitting there, and the thing's moving up and down. I'm not moving.
You're not in control.
So you're not screaming.
I'm
nothing.
Not doing nothing.
That's mad. That's mad.
I've numbed out completely, bro.
Yeah, that's mad.
Come off the ride, and everyone's like, "You alright? Are you okay? You look like you fainted." But I wasn't moving mad. I was just literally just like that, literally just frozen. Hey. I've come off, and I was like, "Yeah, that was mad." But I'm calm. Like,
did you go on the other ones after that?
Bro, I went on the next one. And went on the next.
Did you keep freezing?
Bro, I wouldn't say keep freezing, but I was a little bit. I was starting to be aware of what's going on.
Did you start to enjoy it?
No, there was no enjoyment of nothing, bro. Nothing. I even went on the last thing that you got at the top and it just drops. The main one, whatever it is.
Your stomach is... Yeah.
I know that one, that was the last one, I said, you man, this ain't for me. I didn't feel good once. Yeah. I didn't feel good and I'm not doing it again.
See, my fear of heights is roller coasters, as much as... I wouldn't say it scares me, but it's like adrenaline, so I like it. Right. My fear of heights is take me on a balcony on the 10th floor, I can't look over it. Right, as soon as I look over, I get that feeling.
Yeah.
I I can't like on the planes I'm fine.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, it's a weird one. I can't explain it. I just like if you put me somewhere high, like a scaffolding building, no.
Yeah, I
chance.
can't. Yeah,
I'm not
even you see like
over,
getting on. You see like if you was to tell me to get on the ceiling on the stairs.
Yeah,
I'm wobbling.
Yeah, that's my I'm wobbling.
I'm wobbling. I swear to you. You know how
I'm holding and I'm trying to look.
I'm trying to hold on to something. It's mad.
It's
mad.
Do you know what mine is? Yeah, and this is proper embarrassing. But my one is it's not really a fear of failure, but I don't know why I haven't sorted this out. Yeah. But I can't swim in it.
Okay.
So I can't swim.
Yeah.
And like
Connor can swim though.
Yeah, he can swim, but it's like not well. But he can swim.
But he can
survive. But yeah, man can't swim. Man's a big man. Man's 24 years of age. And man can't swim.
You're not big still, but
no, but like I'm a grown adult and I can't swim.
You're an adult, but you're not. Yeah.
So I don't know what it is, but my thing is, you know that feeling, when water goes in your nose.
Oh yeah.
That is a mad thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like to me, that is
Sasha,
a
can you
monstrosity.
Swim? Yeah, safe.
That is a monstrosity to me.
No, but you got to do it though.
In primary school, they didn't take you.
Yeah, no. So I went and all of that, but I don't know. I didn't pattern up my thing basically.
But is your fear? Can you get? That's mad. That's
he said I didn't pattern up my thing.
That's mad.
Nah, I can't believe it. So what? You didn't get no medals or nothing?
Certificates, nothing.
You were just there. You took part.
I was just there, boy. I was on vibes.
You saying your towel was always dry.
Yeah.
Never went to the water. His towel, come on, the towel's dry. Yeah, we can use it.
But yeah, so no, but I've actually been looking. Like last couple of weeks, I've been looking at doing adult lessons.
Are you see when you see the water? Do you get like?
No, I'm not
feel
scared of it.
Okay,
No,
you're
I'm
not scared.
scared
You
of it.
just don't know how.
Yeah,
to.
but I don't know. Man, so obviously, man can't go into like deep into the sea.
But you're
and all
going
these kind
in
of things.
lounge.
Yeah, I can go into the water. Yeah, and all of that. But man can't because I'm tall as well, so it's actually alright. Like most water,
yeah,
because
you know, just stand up.
Yeah,
stand up.
It's just.
But man can't
what do
go
I do?
deep into the sea. Like see people like going on like the jet skis.
Yeah,
and all these things.
Oh, really?
You can't do that.
Even jet skis. No, I've never been, but I've just shook a little bit. Even though you
yeah,
usually have the buoyancy vest and all,
I'm
just thinking, so if this gets techie,
but you're not
what
in
happens?
control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, I need to sort that out, man. That's bad. But yeah, that's my thing. It's just like I don't know why. For time, I've just been. I guess when I was younger, it was fearful, but now it's just like I don't know. It's the unknown. I'm like, if this gets techie now, what happens?
But all right, so obviously we've spoken about like your fear of failing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that's actually fear of failing.
Yeah.
Just even like with us, our heights.
Yeah.
That's just something you're kind of. I don't know
It's
if
a
you're
fear.
born with it or something.
Yeah, maybe it's just the fear of the unknown. Like you the height thing, you'll feel like okay, well, like
If I drop,
if I
bust my
trip,
head.
You know,
what
like,
happens?
to try and link it, for me, it's like anything that's not in my control, that's what scares me. If I don't have control over something, don't matter what it is, like let's say I'm in the car with him. I know I trust him, but let's just say, sometimes when they're doing a madness, he's in control. He knows that. But where I'm in the passenger, I don't know that. You start thinking, hey, what are you doing? Slow down. If I was driving, that would be normal. Because it's only because I'm not in control of it. Like that fear is like, and that can link in with a lot of things where people don't want to put in like, for example, even like Bitcoin. A lot of people don't want to invest because it's not in their power. Things can drop. Things can
you can't control it.
But because you can't control it, it's like, because if I put my money and then it drops, I don't have no say in it. And I was like that. I remember he was telling me for time, bro, for a good like a year or two, like getting it. And it's only now, like recently, that I've started to like research and do a little something. But before it was just like, but I've lost it. Like I'd rather lose something because of me, not because of something.
To your point, like if you can't control something, should you be fearful of it? You can't control
No, you
it.
shouldn't. But I've always had that. I've always had that, and I agree with you. You shouldn't.
I think it depends on what type of person you are and what you're used to.
I think I get that from my dad,
What, being in control?
He's a control freak, like in a good way. He means well, but he's one of them. He needs everything in writing. He needs to look. Everything needs to be accounted for. Like he won't travel or go any like they're going to Morocco like next week. Like like you need like the COVID certificates. He's got a card. You know the card they give you because he's taking the vaccine. Right. I said, that's fine. Just take that. He's like, no. I'm not leaving till I get the NHS stamped. I'm gonna go to my GP, sign it. I'm like, bro, they're not gonna do all that for you. Like, it's a normal thing. Like the card's there. It's got your name. It's got your NHS number. He's like, I'm not doing it. Like, what I'm saying? He's not gonna entertain. Like, and
he's not having it.
He's not having it.
He said
bro.
no. He said no. That's
I had to order it. It took a week. Like he delayed his holiday just for the paper when he didn't even need it. But he's been like that for his whole life. Like he
wants to make sure everything's
and I think I've inherited a bit of that from my dad.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I definitely have because I need to know. Like I need to be in control for the most part.
Yeah. So just to like kind of segue the conversation, but it kind of piggybacks off what we've already been speaking about. Like, obviously we talked about like starting a project, starting something, just trying a thing, like don't be fearful, da. But when you've now started something and maybe it's going a little bit left or the results are not as expected, when do you know when to pull the plug? Because I think Tricky was speaking about this the other day on For the Culture with Lippy, and he said like, you know, when there's like all these motivational posts and it's just like, keep going, grind, like be consistent, all these things. But like, what if you're doing something consistently and it's shit? Or you're doing something consistently and you're not doing it right? Or you're doing something consistently and you're just not getting the results you want? At what point do you say, well, I'm being consistent, I'm not getting the results, maybe I should just
I feel like it's
cut my losses?
It's a techie one because it's like you said, you know, some people tell you, motivation will tell you, just carry on doing it. Have you seen that picture with the guy digging? And he stops, but then the diamond was right there. But if he carried on, but sometimes the diamond's all the way. We ain't got time to. That's years, bro. Especially if you're investing from your own pocket. So you got to be. But I think you've got to be realistic. Like set a timeline, but not a timeline like because people like these days just want results instantly. It don't work like that, bro. They want to release a show, release anything. I want 1 million views, bro. It don't work like that. Like the people getting 1 million views now, they took 10 years or whatever. Like if you look their first episode, they might have a few hundred. But people don't want that. You know, we live in that day and age where everything's instant.
They see the end product.
Yeah,
they want to get to the end product. Yeah, they don't want to get.
But having said that, you've got to be realistic. Like, give it. I don't know. Like, for example, the podcast that we started, like my boys and myself. Yeah, we haven't set a date of when. Let's say we feel like, all right, let's pull the plug. But our journey is slightly different because we said, you know what, we enjoy it for us. As long as we enjoy it, let's carry on doing it. The moment we don't enjoy it anymore might be the time where we say, you know what, let's hang up the boots in it, so to speak. So, But if we was trying to gain something out of it, like financially or whatever, then maybe we might say, you know what, we'll give it a 2-year lifespan. If in the 2 years we haven't hit a certain benchmark that we set ourselves, then maybe we need to reassess. So it depends on what people want out of it, I think.
So you spoke about like Love the Ball earlier and you said obviously it got to a point where you're traveling too far, blah, blah, blah. So at what point did you know, I need to pull the plug on this? I need to kind of go and do my own thing.
So I've done what was required in terms of, we said we're going to start at the ground, get it to a certain level. And we got it to a certain level that it couldn't, I wouldn't say it couldn't grow, but it could only grow in numbers rather than
branches.
Rather than branches and that. We could only get a certain amount of kids where we was limited because of the spaces that we had and the number of coaches we had at the time. So we couldn't go, let's say if the number was 50 kids, we couldn't go over 50 kids because we actually couldn't physically take more than 50. So we got it to the limit. Do you know what I mean? And then I realized that if this is the limit here, the next step is for me now, I need to deal with older kids. Do you know what I mean? So, and then an opportunity, to be fair, it wasn't one of them ones where I just decided to leave and just disappear. An opportunity actually came at the time to work with older kids. So I knew, okay, I've done my maximum here. I've got it to where it needs to get to. And I had an honest conversation with Nursey. We had a conversation. I said, look, this opportunity's come up. I think I'm gonna go ahead with this. I think I've done everything that's required from day one to get it to where it is now. All you need to do is really just carry on the flag and just maintain it. And if you can grow it more, even better. But I think we've done what we can to get it to the stage it was. And, you know, we agreed or whatever. And I ended up taking an opportunity that came up. And it was one of the best things I've probably done to help me move on and deal with older kids.
So when you say you moved on obviously to another opportunity, was that what triggered you to come away from Love the Ball? Or was you already thinking, look, this is not really working for me personally?
It wasn't that it wasn't working, but it wasn't what I wanted to do long term. Right. I knew that from the start. Right, so I knew this is not my long term. I can't deal with kids long term. Right. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the hours, I'm gonna put the graft in to deal with the fundamentals of starting a soccer school, dealing with young kids, dealing with parents, dealing with teachers, speaking to head teachers. All of that stuff comes in handy. And to be fair, all of that has actually helped me wherever I've gone next. So 100%. my next place that I went into was a private school. So I was dealing with like in a private school, in the same kind of area. To be fair, it wasn't too far away from where I was based with Nursey, but it was the same thing. I had to deal with teachers, I had to deal with kids, the fundamentals of setting up, doing certain things and speaking a certain way. So I was already in that environment. And if I didn't do all of that stuff, I wouldn't have learned. I wouldn't have got to where I got to. Do you know what I mean? So it kind of helped me. But like I already knew, I think what helped me is from the start is this is not for the long term. This is kind of a step, part of the journey. Do you know what I mean? And people need to know what their journey is and what steps to take. Some people, they like the end, but I don't understand how to get there. Whereas I knew to get here, I need to do this. Then I might need to go right. Then I need to go left. Then I go right. Then I go up a bit and then turn left. And then, where some people go, this is where I need to get to. What's the quickest way to get from here over all them steps? And it never works.
No, but you know what it is, is that I think you've touched on a really good point. And I listen to a lot of like podcasts and like interviews and stuff of like people talking about their journeys. And everyone wants to go from A to B like super quick. But the ones who go from A to B really quickly end up like, falling off or not staying at that destination long. So if you just think about like music, for example, the artist who releases their first ever song, they've never really done rapping or anything. Release the first song, bang, goes in the charts. Then in 2 years, you never hear about them.
But do you know why that is?
Because they're not ready. They weren't ready.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
They didn't get to.
I think you know what?
Get the skills.
I've read something randomly, like links to that. They said people that won the lottery. They done a study on a lot of people that won I'm talking the jackpot mills. When you fast forward about 5, some of them 10 years, but I think even as early as like 4 or 5 years, they were in debt.
That's crazy.
Lost everything. And they said they done a theme, like they asked everyone what happened. The common theme was, they wasn't ready for it, but they never had no money management skills. They wasn't prepared for it, because if you're grinding and you earned that mill, you went through so much, you've learned things. I can't spend that. And
it's a journey.
It's a journey. Whereas these lot, here you go, here's 10 mil just there. I'm a normal guy. I've never had bags, let alone mills. So when you've had that money, you've got that little kid inside you says, buy this, go there, which is cool, do that. But they never had no money management skills. They wasn't ready for it. They wasn't prepared. Next thing you know, they're in debt now. Forget the money you had. You owe now money. It's mad, bro.
So just to touch on that, and I think it's important, and it kind of ties into one of the reasons why I started. Well, actually, not one of the reasons I started the podcast, but one of the reasons why I will continue to do this until I don't enjoy doing it anymore, is that it actually teaches you things that you never really thought about when you started. So, for example, now I'm comfortable on camera. I'm comfortable with having a mic in front of my face. I'm comfortable setting up a podcast. But on top of that, I've been at work and we have our performance reviews or whatever. And one of the reviews that I got from all the people I work with is that I'm a good listener. And I would never think of that myself because I would just talk. I just talk all the time, talk 24/7. But apparently they say that I'm a good listener and I ask good questions. And I was like, But obviously that's what I do every week on my podcast. I have to listen to what people say and ask good questions. So that's something that you just, I guess I kind of pick up and learn from the podcast. So ultimately I think that people should just try to do a thing because you're just going to learn so much. Like we talk about, people shouldn't be scared to start things and fail because even though you failed, you're still going to get to learn.
100%, yeah.
But one thing I also want to touch on is kind of a situation where I had to not pull the plug as such, but know when to not call it quits as such. But so we talked about it. we talked about it a few times in when I did my episode, but I kind of realized quite early-ish, I guess, 16, that I wasn't going to be a professional footballer. I had an honest conversation with myself. I'm just I'm probably not going to become a professional footballer at the level that I want to play at. So I might have been able to be a professional footballer in the conference or a professional footballer in League Two or something.
What you wanted,
But then I understood quickly through my brother that doesn't guarantee you a life. So let's just say I come into the professional game at 19. I play in League Two for a couple of seasons. Then I drop into the conference, and then I drop into the lower conference, then the Ryman, and then what do? I'm 28. I haven't really got a career for myself as such. Back to square one. What do I want to do with myself? So then I said, okay, cool. I used football to go to America, done an education. But just off of that, when I told people at first I wanted to go to America, man.
Which city did you go to?
So I went to West Virginia. It's a tiny state, 97% white, big mountains.
Zone 9. Zone 9, equivalent of Zone 9 in UK. He's out there. Zone 9. Go on.
But I'm in the sticks. I'm in the mountains. People ski on the weekends. People like to go hiking. These kind of things. But before I even went anyway, I did get not quite a lot, but there was some negative. So teachers were saying to me "Oh, you like playing football? Why are you going to America to play football? Football over there is dead. Why are you going to West Virginia? It's got no big.
Did you know anyone out there? Or you're going in there blind now?
No. So I guess I went for a company and stuff.
Okay.
I didn't know anyone that went.
But no family or friends or anything?
No. So
yeah,
no family or friends in this place.
Wow, so you're really going like...
Yeah, I'm just kind of took a leap of faith.
Yeah.
But yeah, like some people just like, oh, if you want to play football, why are you going to America for? Or like...
Yeah, they're putting doubts in your
yeah,
head.
like, or, you know, there's better universities in the UK than in the US, or like doing the police kill a lot of black people in America and all of this stuff. It was mad to me. And I was just like, well, I'm just going to try a thing, innit? Worst comes to worst, I come back, I go to university.
I rate you for doing that though,
I go to university,
especially, and how old were you?
I went at 18.
Bro, 18? I wasn't thinking like that at 18.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I rate you. That's a mature... Like,
big move.
That's a big move, bro. And like you said, now you're probably looking back on it thinking, I'm so thankful I did it.
Best decision I ever made.
All those people that said to you, are you sure that they're... If you ask them, what have you done with your life? A lot of them, not even in a hating way, but if you got just a real conversation, a lot of them ain't done much. But they're the first to say, don't do it.
Yeah, this is the thing.
But they haven't got no experience.
You got no experience. You can't tell a man not to do something because you don't want to do it or because you can't do it.
Which is, I think ultimately the theme is here, you have to avoid the noise. So like if you feel like in your heart you want to do something in your head, you really thought about it for yourself, and even if you go and do it and you flop, at least you did it off of your merit. But if you're listening to all of these external things, you telling me, oh, don't do that, that's dumb, or you telling me, don't do this, or don't do that, then ultimately you're just like the will of whatever the whim of the people you're listening to are, instead of yourself. So ultimately you should just go and like just make a decision for yourself. But is pulling the plug on something, we keep saying that phrase, is that failing? So is stopping to do something, is that failing?
So my thing is like with pulling the plug, I've got no like not scared to put, if I need to pull the plug, I'll pull it or whatever, or do whatever I need to do to stop and move on and just be honest. But what I don't think people understand is when they go into something, and most people, I don't want to say most people, but people that decide to pull the plug early or fail or whatever it is you want to call it, they don't, when they start it, they just see the end product. This is the problem. So like kids, I'll just go back to talking about football. Kids see Ronaldo, Messi.
I want to be him.
Yeah. He is, because you're seeing on Instagram, Ronaldo is not going to, maybe he doesn't every now and then show you when he does like sprints and runs or whatever. But
he's not going to show you the graph that
he's not showing you the grind, the graph, the what time he sleeps, what time he wakes up, what he has to do, his recovery, the shakes he eats,
first one in,
the horrible,
one out,
the horrible food he eats. Do you think he eats anything nice? The food that he
chicken, no flavouring.
There's no flavour in the food. There's no nothing. But he's eating that.
Ripped.
But
because of the food.
But he's eating all this stuff that's not nice, that no one wants to eat, no one wants to do. Have all these horrible protein shakes, take all these supplements, do all the stuff for his body that you don't see. But what you do see is that he's got the most Instagram followers on there. He's got crazy amount of likes, unbelievable body. His face looks the part, his body looks amazing. Girls, so everyone sees that, all the kids see it and they go, oh, I'm going to be the next Ronaldo. I'm going to be the next Ronaldo. All right, no problem. Aspire to be that. No one's telling you don't aspire to be that. But can you go back and look at what step one is, what Ronaldo had to do step one? And most of the process is he left home when he was young. He had to go and live by himself at a young age, and we're talking like 14, 15.
A lot of sacrifices.
He sacrificed a lot at a young age. How many boys at 16, 17 was sacrificed?
Which is what literally, when you were saying you went at 18, that's why I said I rate that.
Bro. Yeah,
exactly. At 18, I know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking like that.
Nah, exactly. And this is why I feel most people fail, because they turn around and say is, oh, but I tried. No, but you didn't
try properly.
What do you mean you tried?
You didn't try properly.
You didn't try. You're saying you tried to make yourself feel good, but you didn't try, because you was gonna. I could have told you're gonna fail from day one, because you're trying to get to the last step without doing all the steps in between. You want to do step one, okay, and then go step 2 and 3. Now forget that. I'll go to step 6. I'll do step 6. It doesn't work.
You're gonna do that with anything else.
You're gonna fail eventually somewhere along the line. It might take 1 month. It might take 1 week. It might take 1 day. I don't know, but you're gonna fail along the way, and that's what people don't see. They like the end product. They love it. They will do it, but they don't want to do all the steps in between. And you know what the worst thing is? You might even tell them every single step to do. Imagine that. You're telling
they've got the blueprint.
You're telling them this is what it takes. This is what you need to do. Okay, first do this, and then they go to you. Oh, but he's doing that. Why can't I do that? No.
Start here first.
Do this, complete this, and then you can go here. Okay, complete this, then you can go here. But they'll go, all right, cool. And then next minute you're seeing them do something else. Why are you doing that? And they'll turn around and say, oh yeah, I thought it was too easy. But they don't understand. You need to perfect every step to be successful, and that's why I feel like people pull the plug or they fail and stop early. And my thing is, look into what it takes. If I genuinely believe, if you do all the correct things how it should be done, 90% of the time you'll be successful. And you might not be like successful as in at the top of the game, but you'll be successful in what you started. So if you started a clothing range and it's to make a bit of money, you'll make that bit of money. Yeah. How big it goes, that's what we can't control. You don't know if you're going to make hundreds, thousands, or millions. But what I can tell you is the money that you put in, you'll get back. You're not going to be down basically if you do the right things.
On the flip side to that, let's say 90% of people who follow it correctly will make it. That those that will fall into that 10%. If they honestly gave it a go and followed every step and tried, then that's when I think pulling the plug or whatever or failing is a minor, bro. Like, it's not even, you shouldn't even like see the L when they say, oh, you took an L like for a loss. No, it's a lesson. That L should be lesson. Like, because if you've done everything correctly, but it still didn't work for you,
correct.
Those things you've learned from, and you can apply them to other, like those skills you can apply elsewhere.
Exactly.
If you're doing what they said, I tried, but really deep down they never, then that's a real L because you didn't benefit, like...
You just wasted your time.
Yeah, you didn't benefit mentally, spiritually, anything. Like, you never gained no skills from it. Whereas, if you did it correct and still didn't get it, then you know what? Fair play. Like, it wasn't meant
for you.
Yeah, it wasn't meant for you. But there's no shame in it.
Yeah.
A lot of people have that, I failed, people are going to laugh at me. Nah, that's a little boy mentality.
Exactly.
Like, not to belittle anyone, but...
So it's like, well, I was just thinking as you were speaking, it's like baking a cake, You see a proper nice cake, and then you want to start at putting the icing on.
You just want to put the icing on and go, why is this cake not look nice?
Bro.
Or why is it not standing up straight or whatever? And you're like, what?
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. But if you do all the fundamentals.
But you're right, a lot of people have that mentality.
Bro, it's crazy.
Especially I think the younger people, which might be because they've got social media.
I do feel sorry for them though.
100%.
I don't.
No, I should tell you why. Because we never had that. So let's say our footballers growing up was what R9, Ronaldinho, Henri. These are the guys that we thought I want to be. You didn't see the luxury and the fame, not as much as Ronaldo. Correct. We couldn't follow them. So anything you did see was interviews or things they put out, and a lot of the stuff they put out was the hard work and that. So we knew kind of roughly how much it took. But these lot are just seeing the Lambos and the madness, so they're thinking, I want that.
I get that, but also the other side, the flip side to it is they can find out what every single player.
Which we couldn't either. It's a trade-off.
We couldn't see certain things as in like,
it's a trade-off.
What does Ronaldo eat?
Is that necessarily a good thing? Like,
because
you have so much information, but like you have so much information, but is it too much information? It's my thing. Because there's so much, because you can see everything, is it almost too much? Because you might see, okay, Ronaldo's doing this over here, but then Lewandowski's doing this over here, but then Messi, so who do I follow?
I know what you're saying. I agree, but I still rather have too much and then me be able to filter the parts that I want than have nothing at all.
Which is, you're absolutely right, but we're all much older.
As
a 15-year-old,
you're not thinking
can you process these things?
Where you want to go? Do you want to be an artist? Do you want to be a musician? I totally get that.
And then who you're going to follow? This artist, that artist, that footballer. It's true. There's a lot of info.
And like the metrics on who you should follow. So like before, it was like, okay, you have R9, you have this person, whatever, cool. These are the ones that you know you should follow because you've seen their success. But these other people that you might see now, let's just say it's not even football. You see these celebrities online with lots of followers and lots of likes. Are those necessarily the people you should be following? Some of these people take mad drugs or abusers, all these whatever that you're exposed to. So I'm just like, I do feel sorry for them because they have so much information in like very adolescent minds. Like 15, 16 is very, very young.
100%.
And they just have so much information. But they do have a lot of information so they can go and get it.
You can. It's a hard one.
It is a tough one.
It just depends how they use it, and it comes down to like where they've been brought up, the people they keep around them, how they're gonna navigate into the because you can always use it as a positive or a negative. It's just, you know what I mean? It's the people around you really.
But so I think we're gonna wrap it up there. But just I think the crux of the conversation we're having is something that Rimsey said, that someone I listen to a lot, and he says grinding is hard, stunting is easy. So like online, we see everything. We see the the luxury cars, the nice girls, this whatever. But you don't get to see what happens behind closed doors for the 10 years of graph. So like someone like Michael Dapper or Mo Gilligan, like they've been in this comedy thing for years, and only now they're blowing. Or like someone like Poet, for example, like he was doing Poet's Corner or like making music on Channel AK like over 10 years ago. And now he's got all these shows and he's big and he's like
But
verified.
anyone who
these
doesn't
things.
know him would just see it for, he's just overnight success.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You
He's
don't
been
know.
around.
He's been in the jungle
He's
still.
been in the
Grafting,
jungle.
grafting.
He's really been in the jungle.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like I think if you want to start something, just try a thing. But like to your point, put your all into it and your actual all, not what you're kidding everyone, like what you're putting on Snap. You know, you might walk into the gym, take a picture, and then walk out. All this fake stuff. Like actually dedicate yourself to something.
Do your research, man,
and see what the results will be. Will either be success or either be you learned a lot from that situation. So yeah, I think that's the crux. But thanks for coming down, bro.
Thank you for having me again, boys.
Of course, and I'm sure we'll have another conversation soon.
Definitely.
That's been the Detailed on Matt podcast. We'll see you guys again soon. Peace.